Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer for Morning Pulse right here at KTTC. Happy Wednesday. It is September 3rd. 3 days into a brand new month, and it's a brand new week for everybody for school purposes and back to work after a holiday weekend. So hopefully you're getting into the swing of things, back into the swing of things. I was just saying to myself, it's still hard to remember what day it is because of a holiday on a Monday. So it is Wednesday, September 3rd, and I have 3 local headlines to bring you today for Morning Pulse. Excuse me, 4. I have 4 morning headlines to bring you today. In southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, or just all of Minnesota, all of Iowa. So we're going to get started with a story that kind of piggybacks off of a story that I brought you yesterday. Kind of unfortunate circumstances, but it is a story that we are going to be following until something gets fixed. So yesterday, you may remember we talked to you about, or I brought it on Morning Pulse about some mold issues over at Wabasha Kellogg. Well, now another school district is facing some mold issues, and we are talking about Plainview, Elgin, Millville. So PEM is now the second school in our area that is dealing with kind of these mold problems in the community school district there. So the superintendent says the district is kind of awaiting some results from an air quality test that was taken yesterday because of these mold issues. The mold that was found at PEM's pre-K through 3rd grade building. We're told the first day of classes for those students, pre-K through 3rd grade, classes are now going to begin tomorrow. According to a message that was sent out to families within this school district, mold was found in that pre-K through 3rd grade building. This is in Plainview. 2 weeks ago, some carpets were actually showing some signs of mold. Those were immediately cleaned, but to be thorough, the district says it then contacted an environmental consultant to kind of complete an air quality test. Well, the testing showed a few treated areas still had some elevated mold levels, which is then, kind of snowballing into where we're at now. Superintendent Courtney Free says elementary school conferences were still held on Tuesday. They are going to continue today, but they will be happening outside of any classrooms. This is, of course, just as a precaution. And again, just a reminder, this is the second school district in southeast Minnesota that's kind of dealing with these mold issues. Like I mentioned yesterday in Morning Pulse, I brought you the story about Wabasha Kellogg Public Schools, also kind of in the process of mold remediation right now. Still no word from that district on when students are going to be returning to class for a brand new school year. But yeah, now this is our second school that we're kind of keeping an eye on, and that district leaders and local companies are kind of taking into consideration how to mitigate the mold problems and the mold issues within these 2 districts. Our next story is a big story that's happening today in Minnesota. We have Vice President J.D. Vance and the Second Lady visiting Minneapolis today. This, of course, comes exactly 1 week after the deadly mass shooting up at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. It was a big story, obviously, that we followed last week and are continuing to follow right now. According to the office of the vice president, Vance and his wife are going to be paying respects to the victims' families, of course, that were affected by this tragedy. Sources kind of say that Vice President Vance apparently spoke about the shooting last week at a rally. He said that there is a crisis of mental health within America right now. We did do some digging. It is unclear what time exactly Vice President Vance is going to be in Minneapolis today. Of course, once we find that out for you, we'll let you know, and we will be bringing you continued coverage of that visit today on air and online. So be sure to stay with KTTC for coverage of the Vice President's visit to Minnesota today. Our third story we want to bring you on this Wednesday morning is something about the month of September. It's actually Hunger Action Month, and there is a chance for you to help make a difference in some local lives. So today is the start of the Donate to Defeat Hunger campaign. This is in partnership with Affinity Plus Foundation. It's all supporting food banks across Minnesota. So for the next 10 days, again, starting today, you can make a monetary donation at participating Affinity Plus credit union locations. And for context, your donation, every dollar counts, of course, but even just $1 provides 6 meals for any Minnesotan that is facing hunger and needs that relief. So any donations that you want to make, that are made at branches in Rochester, Albert Lea, Faribault, and Winona are all going to benefit the Channel 1 Regional Food Bank, which is located right here in Rochester as well. So it's a local effort, even though this is happening all across the state of Minnesota with Affinity Plus locations and benefiting different food banks. The ones that donations in our area are benefiting is for Channel 1. The foundation, the Affinity Plus Foundation, will then actually be matching all donations up to $15,000, which is pretty cool. And the campaign, just so you know, runs through Saturday the 13th. You can make one donation, you can make many donations, as little or as much as you would like if you feel called, but we just wanted to make sure that you knew about that in case that is something that you wanted to participate in for the next 10 days. 10 days, yes. And finally, kind of a fun story to end out our morning pulse today. We're talking about the Minnesota State Fair, how busy it was this year. If you attended at all, you probably felt that. Well, that's because more people actually attended the Great Minnesota Get Together this year than last year. We did get a look at some of the final attendance numbers for the entirety of the 2025 Minnesota State Fair, and apparently 1.9 people attended the 12 days of fun, of course, up in Falcon Heights. That makes this the 5th best attended state fair in history. So that's pretty cool. It's about 15,000 more people than in 2024. So on a good trend there. We did hit one daily attendance record this year. That was on the first Monday of the fair. There were a little more than 145,000 people. That was just, again, the daily record for that day. Other days, I know this past Saturday there were like 220,000 people that were there just on the second Saturday of the fair, but that didn't hit a record. So again, yeah, just kind of daily records there. But the all-time record for all 12 days was actually set back in 2019. Get this, 2.1 million people were at the fairgrounds for the entirety of the state fair. So that is a lot of people. This is amazing to see, but yeah, I was there a couple of days, 3 different days to be exact this year, and yeah, every one of those days felt crowded. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of people visiting the fair this year, which is always something that we love to see. At least that's something that I love to see. But now the countdown is on to next year's state fair, which of course is happening in August, the 12 days before Labor Day of 2026. So something to look forward to for next year. On a different note, let's talk about the weather really quick before we round out our morning pulse here under 10 minutes. Meteorologist Ted Schmidt says, yeah, today definitely is going to feel a little bit different. Not like summer anymore. It feels a lot more like kind of almost early October or late October. If you have not stepped outside yet already, you will feel the difference. It's going to be jacket weather. You need a sweater, something like that. The sky is pretty gray. It definitely is a chill in the air, so just keep that in mind for your day. We will be potentially seeing some rain throughout the day as well. We saw that in the morning. We're going to still see it in the next couple of hours in the morning. And then we have a lull in the middle of the day and then kind of some more rain for the tail end of our day, kind of into the evening. So just keep that in mind. Maybe bring an umbrella or a raincoat with you today. But yeah, a coat or some sort of long sleeve layer is going to be probably needed for today and kind of the days to come, because it's feeling a lot more like fall now than it is summer. So, all right, that's all that I have for you on this edition of Morning Pulse. I hope you enjoyed and found this information helpful for you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.